How's it going, everybody? Year 7 in For Honor, and with Season 1 yesterday, we've just gotten the Dodge testing ground changes. I will give you a full rundown of the whole patch notes in a separate video sometime this weekend, but I first want to make this video here. While many characters have gotten a net nerf from these changes, one managed to get nothing but buffs from it, and that character is Zhanhu. He's been a very solid pick for a long time now, but this patch elevated him to S tier status. And the thing the hero has to thank for are the new dodge delay windows. As I've made very clear in the past, I am a firm believer that each dodge attack should be treated individually. Not just in terms of what parry punish you get from it, but also when it comes to all the other properties. Here, it's a delay window. On another dodge attack, it's the hitbox. On additional property like unblockable or undodgeable, or to what move it chains, or maybe it doesn't change at all. What's important is that if you implement a blanket change, something like Zhanhu might slip through, and I'm pretty sure that we will see further adjustments to him in the future. But I've also said that about Xiaolin's Invigorate feat directly after the rework, for example, and now look at him, still healing for hundreds of HP each team fight if left unchecked. But since a little bit of healing might go unnoticed, the frustration that Zhanhu will cause will certainly be obvious to even the densest of players. Enough beating around the bush. What exactly is it that will annoy you? I already said that the input window into the dodge has changed. Pre-patch, Zhanhu's input had a fixed timing at 400 ms into the dodge. This allowed for something that many players love. You could feint your attack to guard break and grab him out of that dodge attack. I think this is one of the most requested features by people that I'd categorize as lower skilled individuals. At least if you'd want that on every single dodge attack. It has its place in certain mix-ups under certain conditions, I'm all for that. But it's another one of these blanket change requests that wouldn't do the game any good. But since Zhanhu was the additional exception next to the feintable dodge attacks that would lose to the feint to guard break option, there were fewer complaints than you'd expect. Now this is gone, and I expect people to not stay quiet. So, the new input window is 200 to 400, just like every other dodge attack that wasn't singled out, like the feintable ones or Tiandi's dragon dodge. This makes it the fastest landing dodge attack in the game if you fully buffer it. A total of 600 ms since it's a minimum of 200 ms on the dodge and then a 400 ms attack. This means that even lower recovery moves can be easily punished. Case in point, Tiandi's kick. More dodge attacks will actually be able to punish it now since you can no longer get instant guard with dodge startup, but more on that in the next video. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying that this is a bad thing. Just using this example here to showcase how quick the attack actually is. Speaking of, the attack is quick. A 400 ms bidirectional attack that should be unreactable for the majority of the player base. Given that it only does 9 damage and can be punished for usually 3 times as much at the minimum, this seems not that favorable. Especially considering you actually might be right for a change if you say it's a 50-50. Left or right, 2 options. If we don't count the fact that most need to make the read beforehand, whether it's not an empty dodge. So no, not a 50-50, but no tangent here now, no worries. This turns into a 22 damage unblockable though, the moment Zhanhu's superior dodge blocks something. Because he's one of the few heroes that gets to keep the block frames during a dodge. And since the new input window doesn't mess with this on side dodges, this is even better for the ones that just blindly press buttons. You can aim for a superior block dodge and still enjoy the safety of the iframes on the dodge attack. Let's sum up real quick before we get to the best part. So, unreactable for most. Allows you to punish pretty much every move, even the ones that have recovery cancels after it, and it enjoys the safety of being a dodge attack with preceding superior block frames. Well, it's great so far. And now you're also allowed to chain those, because Zhanhu has dodge recovery cancels on every move, albeit at 366 ms, which is on the later end compared to most others. Nevertheless, I guarantee you can spam dodge attacks and beat people like that. There's probably a small chance that it goes for the full duration of the match, but if they leave, it's a win, right? And so far, it's only been the dodge attack, really. You should all be aware that he's generally a very solid team fighter. He also has a bash mix-up. He has an on-demand, undodgeable move. It's really hard to convey how slippery and thus annoying Zhanhu will be. To be totally honest, it's a little surreal that we shifted from complaining that so few characters are viable to pointing out that quite a few are very overtuned. And while this might be a little prematurely considering the patch hasn't been out long, you know, not even a full day, but I don't think we're too far off the mark here. I'll gladly be proven wrong, but I see many hate threats in the near future once people catch on to what you can do with this hero. There is no doubt in my mind that the hero is ST in Dominion now. He's also quite fun to play, has been for quite a while now, so if you haven't played in all those months, I'd say now is the best time to give him a chance again. But yeah, I don't think there will be much arguing against this. Zhanhu does have the strongest dodge attack in the game right now. The question now only is, how long will it take for the nerf to arrive? But until then, enjoy the hero. Having said that, hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.
I died from the igneous. Dodge attack spam him. Very funny. God, I love watching that.
Can you please, like... Why does he not trust me? I keep confirming shit for him, but... He just doesn't trust me.
That BP was supposed to be dead, but I guess he had hard to kill or something. Yeah, he did have hard to kill. He was supposed to be dead.
Oh my god.
I'm healing on A. The bot's coming. I don't want to fight the bot. I'm coming to C. I'm coming to C. I have Ragnarok. Nobu! Nobu!
Please, we cannot lose this. This is impossible to lose this. I'm boosting until 1100. Then I help you. Now we're good. Yes, this is one.
Freeze, I'm so often just letting my bashes fly, because if it hits, it works, but if they dodge, then my teammates can hit them. The problem is my teammate never hits them.
Yeah, I know.
Freeze. It's such a good tactic, but people are